Somebody once asked Donald Trump, how do you handle being at the center of all of this media attention, the whirlwind around you? How do you weather the storm? And he looked up and he said, I am the storm. I am the storm.
You're fired.
I don't give a damn. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
All right, you guys, hit that like button as we get into the show. Got a good one for you today, man. Really good one. So what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Mega Morning Show. All right, man. We got a lot of updates on ICE. We got to talk about Haitian immigrants freaking out. People being here for 30 years, thinking they could just coast and ride the waves, and now they're getting caught up. All right. We also got reports on self-deportations, which, you know, I heard were not happening, and now all of a sudden, oh, now we got numbers on them. So we'll talk about that. It's not nearly as many as we were told happened last year, but at least we actually have numbers this time, not just, trust me, bro, I guess. But we also got to talk about what happened in Seattle, man. The police chief is out. He's out, buddy. Yikes. Dude's already out. Now, he was assigned by the previous administration, but yeah, man, he's out, officially out. People were saying, this morning, my sources say. Well, last night, while I was getting in bed, I saw them already talking about it on the news. So, okay, whatever. People are, my super deep sources are telling me these things are happening. Well, you can kind of just look at the local news stations and they'll tell you the same exact thing. I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of people saying my sources after the whole Candace Owens thing, Gregory Bavino too. My sources telling me. And I'm not trying to discredit Bavino. I know he's been in the field for 30 years, retired. He's got to have people that message him about what's going on, right? So he's got to have resources. But people like Candace Owens, and all these random people on X, my sources say, I'm just so tired of the whole my sources, man. Yo, this Green Wiener, thank you for the happy poop. But I got a show for y'all today, man. It's going to be a lot we're talking about. A lot of it is talking about ICE. But the first two stories, right? I want to talk about Seattle and this police chief that is, I guess, filing a complaint against a mayor over sexual harassment text messages. Ooh-wee. Wait until you see these, man. Wait until you hear about this because this is pretty crazy. Also, we got updates on the shooting. So the whole information we've been getting about the shooting has been pretty all over the place. And I didn't know that the third shooter was still at large. So yeah, he's still on the loose. We only have the one that died. We have the one that's arrested, who's 15-year-old and looked like a, 45-year-old butch cat lady. There's that guy. And then we have another one that's at large, and we don't know who he is, what he looks like, how old he is, or anything like that. On top of that, they're saying that the victims, the people that died, didn't die by the ghost gun that the guy who is currently arrested, they're saying that they didn't die by his ghost gun. Meaning, whoever that guy is that's on the run right now is the more than likely the one that actually killed all these people in the Seattle mass shooting or gang shooting, whatever you want to call it. I mean, definitionally, it is a mass shooting. Multiple people died, right? It wasn't just one or two, it was three or more. And so we got to get into it, man. But as you guys are coming in, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me see. Do I need to pull up a super chat goal? I want to make it easy. I don't want to make it like y'all need to donate $500 today or whatever. I just want to. Any contribution counts. $1, 50 cents. As long as it's a super chat, because YouTube doesn't count those other ones. Because we're gonna do a good show today, man. I've been giving y'all short shows, like an hour. We've only been talking about 2 or 3 subjects or whatever. Now we're gonna hit on 6 subjects today, baby. It's gonna go down today, all right? Eventually, this live stream might be a 4-hour show. Eventually. Let me see. Yeah, 20 super chats, anything counts, even just $1, whatever. I just appreciate y'all's support for the channel, support for my work and what we're doing over here. And so that's all I ask. We don't have to meet it. It's not like we're going to do anything special for it. Just y'all's way of contributing. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. letting me know that I'm doing a good job over here, I guess you can say. So, other than that, I mean, Yoda's Green Wiener's having fun. He's over here shitting all over the stream. Thank you for the 3 happy poops. Hey, man, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you. Don't forget there's going to be clips of any stories you guys may have missed released throughout the day. You like the channel name? Hey, man, I'm surprised nobody took this channel name, to be honest with y'all. I was very shocked. I was like, the MAGA Morning Show? Surely some random person has taken it and they're just not even using the channel. They just took the name, you know, so I wouldn't be able to use it. But then I typed it in, checked and see if anyone's using it, and it said, nope, you're good to go. I said, hey, man, let's do it. Let's be the official MAGA Morning Show. Because even after Donald Trump leaves, the Make America Great movement, Make America Great Again movement is still going to be in place. We're still going to be fighting to keep this country the greatness that our forefathers fought for, you know? And like me, my family, you know, I'm Hispanic or I'm Latino, right? Well, my family was here in Texas before it became Texas. But once it became Texas, we've been a part of the United States ever since Texas's inception. So we're, you know, this is my country. I love this country. I care about my child's future. And so no matter what, even without Donald Trump, we still got to move forward. We got to keep the Make America Great Again movement going forward, man. So let's just move with it. We are the movement, not just Donald Trump. We are the movement, right? And that is the number one goal right there. We will keep fighting them Democrats and just make sure they stay out of our way. Yoda's Green Wiener with more happy poops. There you go. All right. Y'all ready to get into it, man? We got 200 people up in here. Please, guys, please hit that like button. It shows YouTube that we're doing the good stuff over here and that we should share this with other people, right? DJ Razor Edge, thank you for the 100 kicks over on Kick's side. Which, by the way, Kick is lonely, y'all. Kick is really lonely. So what we might start doing is at night, when I end the stream on YouTube, I might continue over on Kick. Just so I can get y'all over there and I can give y'all extra content, make it worth your while. Like we'll do another 30 minutes, maybe an hour, hanging out on Kick and just talking about other stuff, extra stuff. Y'all can ask me questions, whatever. Like we can just hang out for another hour. You'll get an extra hour of content from me, but it's only going to be on Kick. That way, if you guys want that extra content, all you got to do is sign up for Kick. It's free. You get to watch the show ad-free, by the way. I believe there's no ads. And if you want to join over there too, here's the link right here. I'll go ahead and pin that to the chat. Is Kick free? Yeah, Kick's free. Yep, Kick is free. I believe I've been told there's no ads that play on it, especially me. I'm a brand new channel. It's not even monetized yet. So, you know, I don't think ads play on it. So you can watch this show ad-free if that's what you prefer. There's also other Patriots over there. DJ Razor Edge is all alone over there. My big dog holding it down. Mathis is also over there sometimes. And he was lonely last night. He was crying in the chat. He said, man, we're so lonely over here, man. We also got Chris over there. Chris holding it down. 2 people on Kick right now. So if y'all want to join them or sign up over there and help me grow on that channel, on that side, and watch the show ad-free, y'all can jump over to Kick. There's a link pinned to the top of the chat. But let's go ahead and get into this, man. Let's go ahead and get into this. We are not in any sort of rush on this show. It's the morning. We're chilling. I know some of y'all probably got to go to work and stuff like that. So we'll get to topics. But we're experimenting. We're testing things out. I might take a break between topics just to have a different type of conversation with y'all. Maybe I want to talk about something. Maybe I want to talk about something randomly that's popping up. If you missed the show last night, right, we completely dismantled Candace Owens and her whole grifting empire. It's done. It's over way with. This video that she released exposed her, I mean, completely. It just dismantled everything. But some people are going to watch that video and say, oh, that proves it. We can't tell if that was Tyler Robinson or not. So that must mean that he wasn't the shooter. However, you gotta zoom out and look at everything as a whole, all the other evidence, everything that is added together, this mountain of evidence against him, and their arguments on X, their arguments, their lies or whatever. It's just they don't hold any water. So, yeah, it's over. Yeah, she released a video, okay, and that was her smoking gun. She's allegedly been holding on to this video since October of last year. Supposedly, right? And we're just supposed to trust that. Well, they're using this video to debunk everything. Unfortunately, this video literally debunks it debunks everything for her. It debunks the exploding microphone. It debunks this lie that Benny Johnson, Erica Kirk, and Turning Point, they were all lying about that 4K video in court. It debunks everything. And last night we spent about 2 hours breaking it all down, man. I'm telling y'all, y'all got to go watch that live stream. I think it was one of the best live streams we've ever done on the channel. And y'all got to go watch it. I did break it down into segments. So if you don't have the time to watch the whole thing, I edited videos last night. So there's going to be one dropping today and there's going to be one dropping tomorrow on the other channel, The Daily Discourse. All right. But I think she's over and done with. I think this makes it so much easier to dismantle her whole grift. And yeah, she's grifting off of Charlie Kirk's death and assassination. Attacking, Jalen, attacking Erica Kirk and destroying her life, really. And I think it's mostly because she's jealous, because she wanted to be with Charlie Kirk and it didn't happen. Erica took him from her. So she's just jealous. Jalen coming in hot with the $25 super chat. That's right, Jalen. To Kicks After Party Lounge. That sounds pretty good, actually. Get your drinks ready, right? Have some beers. We could say whatever we want over there. I don't think they restrict any language. Well, in the chat, apparently you can't even say, I don't want to say it here on YouTube. The transmission of a car. You can't apparently you can't say that in the chat. And I can't even turn off the AI moderation to fix that. It literally it's defined as hate speech. So can't find me on Kick. There's a link in the chat. It's pinned to the top of the chat. There's a link right there in the chat as well. It's the Daily Discourse Arturo. It's not the MAGA Morning Show. It's the Daily Discourse Arturo. Everything is going to be on one channel on Rumble and on Kick. So on YouTube, it only has separate channels. I might have to change that. I don't want to grow 2 channels on Rumble and Kick. I don't know. That's a little too much right now. But anyways, let's get into it, man. We're almost 22 minutes in. We need to get to work. Let's get to it. Y'all ready to get ready to this show, man? Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get right in here. We got to talk about the police chief. Oh my God. Let's see. Seattle has been at the forefront of this mass shooting. Well, there's been a lot of drama unfolding in Seattle. We just had this mass shooting. People have been asking the police chief why he wasn't there, why he doesn't even live in Washington State, why he lives in Chicago, why he was in Dallas, Texas while this shooting happened. And they're questioning his leadership, right? Now, we just got breaking news last night that this guy is being fired. He's being let go. And the mayor decided it's time for you to go, buddy.
We're getting straight to breaking news tonight on King 5 on the future of Seattle's police chief, Sean Barnes.
Yeah, let's get right to King 5's Jim Nelson with what we know at this hour. Jim.
Yeah, guys, according to a high-level source inside City Hall, earlier tonight, Mayor Katie Wilson began sharing her plans with other top officials regarding the future of Chief Sean Barnes. A future, this source says, is without Barnes at the helm of the department. The source, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, said the mayor planned to meet with Barnes sometime late tonight, where she intended to inform him of her decision to make a change in leadership. The source wasn't able to say if this would be called a termination or if Barnes would be given the opportunity to resign. Now, all of this happening as we were preparing to talk to Chief Barnes about his residency, a subject that has come into question since Sunday's mass shooting. An interview that was
Ooh, they did not want to do that. Now, what I heard is that he was set up to do a bunch of interviews with a bunch of news stations, right? It was going to be bad. People were going to be questioning him about his residency, about why he wasn't there, when this is one of the most populated events happening in the city, in Seattle, right? It was supposed to be a major event, and the security was terrible. Police chief wasn't even in the state, all the way across the country, right, in Texas. He was about to get grilled, and he was about to make Seattle look terrible. So the mayor, I know she didn't come up with this herself. People informed her. People said, hey, he's got to go. She said, is that the right thing to do? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Her handlers told her to get rid of him. That's not something that this is an incompetent idiot. Okay. This woman lives in the basement of her parents' house. Never had a real career, never had a real job, living in the basement of her parents' house in her 40s. And now she's the mayor of Seattle. She didn't come up with this on her own. Her handlers, these other people that are running the show for her, they told her to get rid of this guy. Otherwise, yeah, it was going to be a really bad look on Seattle.
Canceled just about 30 minutes before I was supposed to sit down with him at police headquarters. Wow. There are still questions about Chief Sean Barnes' living situation in the wake of his absence during Sunday's mass shooting.
I wish that I had a crystal ball and we could schedule gun violence, but we can't.
Barnes rents an apartment in Seattle. His wife and kids live full.
What? You could schedule gun violence.
Time in Chicago. Barnes says he was at a law enforcement conference in Dallas during the shooting.
This whole thing about where Chief Barnes was the night of the shooting is a red herring as far as I'm concerned. He didn't happen to be there. It was a weekend. It's a big department.
No, it wasn't a weekend. This guy was set to not even come back until mid-August. This dude was on a 2-3 week girls trip out to Dallas, Texas. And it was like it was a convention to celebrate Black excellency or Black history in police and law enforcement. It was a DEI convention. And he was out of here for 2-3 weeks. He doesn't even live in Seattle. He lives in Chicago. And there's numerous reports of him, having to travel back and forth and being gone for weeks at a time. How do you manage a police department from a different state? How do you spend so much time? Whatever. This is the incompetency and the lack leadership that you get when you let liberals run the show, when you let anti-American children run the show. These are grown-up children. They got the mentality of middle schoolers, and they're running your city to the ground.
He's got good people that work for him that can take over, acting chief that come in and do what needs to be done. And it was great police work.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to former King County Sheriff and King 5 law enforcement.
Why do we even need him then?
After Barnes' office canceled our interview, citing the need to focus on the case and to attend the vigil for the victims. In response to criticism, his staff said Barnes has traveled to Chicago 4 times this year, most recently for 4 days in early July. They added he lives in Seattle. But Urquhart, who also spent
He doesn't live in Seattle. He has an apartment that he rents out in Seattle.
years as a spokesman for the sheriff's office, suggests that misses the real question.
Woody Allen once said 80% of success is showing up. And that's a big deal. It is important. It is important to be around.
If for no other reason than perception, he says. And now Urquhart believes the department has to mend fences with both media and the public.
People have confidence, need to have confidence in their police department and therefore their chief.
So just to be clear.
And he was also Madison, Wisconsin's police chief, where they're having autonomous zones right now being put up. They have an autonomous zone in Madison, Wisconsin, while they're protesting ICE. Right now, they're trying to do BLM all over again. Another liberal hellhole, right? He lives in Chicago, liberal hellhole, was the police chief of Madison, Wisconsin, liberal hellhole. Now he's over here in Seattle, liberal hellhole. I mean, what do you expect? Honestly, what do y'all expect, right?
Here, we have not gotten anything official from the city yet.
No, we've reached out to both the police department as well as the mayor's office. Now, we did get a response from a spokesperson for the police department that simply said, you'll have to check with the mayor's office on that. Oftentimes, that is what they would do if there potentially were something official to be announced. But again, the mayor's office has not yet commented on that officially. I have been told by that source there will very likely be official statements and comments as early as tomorrow morning.
Well, we'll see when that happens. But what about the actual shooting itself? Because now everyone's focused about the police chief and all his nonsense. What about the victims that actually died? What about the shooting that happened? Are we going to address gang violence? And I'm not talking about getting rid of guns. I'm talking about actually arresting gangs, investigating gangs. You'll have open drug markets all over the streets. A news station was filming a dude walking around selling drugs. How come the police can't go get that guy? And then what we saw was that he's over here selling drugs. You walk down the street and there's police officers right there at the corner. And they're being told, don't do nothing, bro. Just let him do his thing. Stay out of his business. That's the kind of leadership they got going on here. But what about the shooting? Let's get to the shooting and see any updates regarding that.
The 15-year-old boy arrested in connection with the Seattle Center shooting is due in juvenile court for his arraignment. Prosecutors formally filed charges against him yesterday. Court documents also provide new details about how the shooting unfolded. This happened where two walkways meet between the International Fountain and the South Fountain Lawn. One witness told detectives he heard gunfire and saw 19-year-old junior Nico Simo crumple to the ground. They believe the gunfire came from a male wearing a light blue top whom they saw running away to the south.
Okay. They said male. they said male, not stud muffin, not trans man or trans woman. They said male. So okay. I thought this was a 40-year-old butch stud muffin, but apparently this is a male, a 15-year-old fat male kid. All right, so that's what we're working with here.
Witness said they then saw the teen suspect
it was hard to tell.
Unzipping a bag and then pulling out a gun with a magazine.
It was hard to tell. It took us a week to figure that one out, to figure out what this guy was.
Blue top,
that
who
guy
they saw running away to the south. The witness said they then saw the teen suspect unzipping a bag and then pulling out a gun with an extended magazine and then firing at him in an uncontrolled manner. Several officers were standing by at the armory and reported seeing the teen suspect firing into the crowd. He was arrested and allegedly said, "I love you, bro," to Nico Simo, who was wounded on the ground. Evidence showed bullets from 4 different handguns were likely fired. Detectives determined the 3 victims who died were not.
Wait, what?
Different handguns were likely. Who was wounded on the ground. Evidence showed bullets from 4 different handguns were likely fired.
Or, what, were they dual wielding? Do we got someone holding up 2 right now? Like they had 2, or was there 4 shooters? So what we know is that there was one dead. One of the shooters was dead, who seemed to have been the target. He was dead. Then we got the 15-year-old butch stud muffin. He's a shooter. And now we have another shooter that's on the run. They still haven't caught him yet, right? So they detained somebody, or I was told that they detained another person, but we're still saying that the 3rd shooter's at large. So maybe the person that they detained wasn't that person. But 4 weapons? So who was the 4th shooter? They haven't even said that there was a 4th shooter involved, but evidence shows weapons being fired from 4 weapons, 4 guns. I wonder if they're not announcing a 4th shooter in order to not like give it off, like surprise. I don't know, bro. They're so scrambled all over the place. You know, it took them 6 hours to even come out with a press conference because they had to get these drunk representatives out of bed, hungover, drag them out into the street so they can get a photo op off this tragedy. Never let a good tragedy go to waste, right, guys? If you're a Democrat, never let a good tragedy go to waste. You got to use every victim as a political token. Otherwise, you're not doing your job. So, yeah, man. Again, and this is kids killing kids. This is just their culture. This is the culture. And all you leftists, y'all advocate for this shit. When you're out in the street saying, defund the police, you are advocating for kids killing kids, black on black crime, and never-ending poverty. That's what y'all are advocating for. Tax the rich, you're begging for poverty. Defund the police, you're begging for kids to get shot in the streets by other kids. Enforce gun laws, you're stripping away the criminals' victims' defense mechanisms. Now you're making it easier for the criminals who got their guns illegally anyways. You're giving them more opportunity to attack regular American citizens who get their weapons the right way. You're just attacking them. This gun control nonsense. It's crazy, man. Crazy. But this is what the left is fighting for. A city in shambles, kids dead on the street, and endless poverty. That's what they're fighting for. Maybe the torta counts as 2 shooters. Oh, man. I'm glad we figured out the mystery of what this dude was, because I was baffled. I said, I don't know what that is. I was watching other YouTube channels, and other YouTube creators are like, what is it? What is it? I don't know. It was so hard to tell. You couldn't tell if that was a Butch Stud Muffin or just some fat kid. Yoda's Green Wiener, thank you for the happy poop. That was all the wrong buttons. There you go. Job for 9, thank you for the 5. He said, too many liberal hellholes. Yeah, way too many. Even in red states, you still got liberal hellholes just sitting right there in the middle. And they're the most populated areas. Jay Lynn with another $20. The MAGA Morning Show After Hours or the MAGA Morning Show After Hours Lounge. I like these titles. I have to sign up for Kicks. What's kick? K-I-C-K, like you're kicking a ball. Because I don't like missing a good party. Liberals not welcome unless wanting to be a dartboard. Shout out to you, Jalen. Thank you for supporting both channels. Thank you for being here and supporting my work all the time. This isn't just my work. This is a family. The Daily Discourse family, the MAGA Morning Show. We're just all a big family, y'all. This ain't about me. This is about us all together. Us coming together. This is like us at the breakfast table, right? We're about to sit down to eat some, the wife's about to put some bacon on the grill, stir up some eggs, feed the goat. And we're just we're all sitting around the big table and I'm the dad, pull out the newspaper. Shit, you hear about this? And I'm just showing you guys what's up. I'm just showing you guys what's up when I'm reading in the paper, man. I'm just showing y'all what I'm reading in the paper. But I'm also telling you how these piece of shit journalists don't know what they talk about. This is what's really going on. That's what we're doing. So, we got to talk about this sexual harassment. Sexual harassment. Let's get to it, man. This is fantastic. Now, what do y'all think? Is this a sexual harassment case of a woman being sexually harassed by a bunch of men? Or is it the other way around? Is it the other way around? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the shoe is on the other foot today, baby. You know what's funny? Every time I see y'all say, Unsubscribed. How are you? Unsubscribe. I'm thinking like when I immediately read unsubscribed, and yes, unsubscribed. I am blaming you for this. Every time I read that, I'm thinking, oh great, who's mad? Who's about to unsubscribe from the channel? I'm unsubscribing. I'm done with you. Just like the guy from last night. What was he mad at? Do y'all remember what he was mad at? Was he mad at me grifting? Is that what it is? Arturo's a grifter. He likes money. He's supposed to be working for free. Oh. Okay. I mean, sure, maybe in China, maybe in a socialist society, but I believe we are living in a capitalist society, baby. Put my Rumble in. What do you mean? Is my Rumble not working? Look, I got Rumble on, but it's not working. It's not working, is it? Okay, Rumble's activated. Now I can see it. Listen, I'm sorry, guys. When it comes to Rumble, it's like nothing works on Rumble. Is the live stream going though? Is it working for you guys? Yeah, okay, I see y'all in the chat now. Lone Wolf says the mayor here says crime is coming down, citations are going up. Yeah, they want to do the easy stuff. You know, catch the people going to work, trying to get to work, but they don't want to go after actual criminals. Arturo Reacts channel on Rumble. And that's the thing too. Rumble gives you like a personal profile and an actual channel. So I should be live streaming on the actual channel, the Daily Discourse channel. My personal profile is just for me to like chat with or whatever. I don't know. Rumble is so confusing, y'all. Well, you're not banned here. They ain't got to worry about that. Oh, man. Yeah, unsubscribed. I'm not hating on you or nothing. I'm just saying, like, when I read unsubscribed, I immediately think, ah, great, someone's unsubscribing from the channel. Well, to be fair, sometimes I ramble on too. Like it took me 20 minutes before we started the show today. But I'm not in any rush. I'm not in any hurry. If y'all want to enjoy the content without all the extra stuff, I chop it up into videos for y'all. So there's that, right? I don't know. I've tried it where I jump right into the show at the very beginning. I just don't like that. I feel like we're rushing through the show. I feel like I'm ignoring the chat. And instead, I like to enjoy my time with y'all, man. And I'm actually sitting here watching the chat while I'm talking to y'all. And I've just got so used to that. That's just how I run my show. I just pay attention to the chat. Got the video right there, chat right in my face. I even got another screen for chat right here in case I'm off screen or something like that. By the way, I got to pull that up. See? Well, y'all can't see it yet, but anyways, let's get back to it. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button. About 100 people haven't hit that like button. So if you're enjoying the show, you want to get to it, let's hit that like button. Let's talk about this sexual harassment case. Harassment. Because this is kind of laughing. This is kind of laughable. Hold on one second. All right. So Minnesota is a whole mess, right? Well, we have a mayor, the mayor of St. Paul, who is apparently sexually harassing members of the police department. Even the police chief had to file a complaint against her. And I think she's a new mayor. I think this is like, she's like fresh into this position. But yeah, she's already facing a sexual harassment complaint. Wait till you see the messages, man, because the messages are just fantastic.
New developments tonight on breaking news we brought you earlier this evening at 6. Reaction, new details, and silence after confirmation St. Paul Police Chief Axel Henry has filed a sexual harassment complaint against Mayor Kaohly Her. Richard.
Oh my God. What is it? Man, leave that white man alone. What's wrong with you? She's trying to get her some strange, you know what I'm saying? Trying to mix it up a little bit. She just lonely, y'all. Okay, you got to give Kung Pao a little bit of leeway here.
Grieve has been reaching out to city leaders all evening. This is shocking news, Rich. What have you learned?
Yeah, Kevin, we've obtained this letter that outlines a complaint by Chief Axel Henry against Mayor Her. Now, the April 1st letter is from Chris Maddle to the St. Paul City Attorney. In it, Maddle says the city is on notice that Mayor Her has engaged in illegal conduct towards city employees. We should warn you, some of the images in this letter are graphic. The letter states Mayor Her has used one or more mobile phones to communicate inappropriate and indeed unlawful text messages. The letter includes what Maddle says is a text message from the mayor to a city employee when she wraps you up in her blanket after you gave her a good wienering, it says.
Oh my God. Ooh, it's getting hot in here, baby. Hold on, wait a minute. Mayor Her is texting her police officers, or was it the police chief? Texting the police saying, "Happy Wiener Day." Happy Wiener Day, y'all.
You're fired.
Oh my God. Wish I was having some today with you all. What? Wish I was having wieners with you all 6 today. Is she saying she had 6 wieners today? Or at 6 o'clock, she's scheduled for a wiener. Is she scheduled for wienering at 6 o'clock today? When she wraps you up in her blanket after you gave her a good wienering, oh my God. Oof. I don't think I've ever heard wienering in my entire life. Hey man, but for real though, y'all gonna give who's gonna take one for the team, right? Who's gonna give Liu Kang a good old fashioned and wienering, baby? Who's going? Who's going? I know some of y'all going. Somebody in the chat is like, sign me up, Chief. Let me go in. Let's go, Coach. I'm going in, Chief. I'm doing it, Chief. I'm doing it. Get out there, son. Take it down. Slay the giant. What a good wienering. I'm gonna tell my wife that. That's gonna be our new bedroom talk. You ready for this wienering? Anyways, what is going on here? What's going on here with this sexual harassment complaint? Let's let this story play. I'm gonna run it back a little bit.
And indeed unlawful text messages. The letter includes what Maddle says is a text message from the mayor to a city employee when she wraps you up in her blanket after you gave her a good wienering, it said.
I'm sorry. Is she like Fannie Willis? She got that gorilla grip. Oh my, gorilla glue grip. Gorilla grip. Sorry, I know y'all are watching in the Lyric Center. You're gonna have to cover the kids' ears. I mean, they can't read no way. Don't worry about it. But you know.
The letter demands a full file extraction of the mayor's mobile phones. It also says Chief Henry decided to step forward as a formal complainant after becoming aware that the mayor's conduct has extended beyond isolated incidents, and has included sexual harassment of subordinate employees, including members of the St. Paul Police Department.
Oh, she's a predator. She is a predator going after numerous employees. She's walking around saying, that wiener's mine, that wiener's mine, that one's mine. She over here buying she's buying a whole 6-pack. Some Oscar Mayers.
The letter goes on to say he is concerned, absent a formal complaint, the behavior will continue unchecked and may expose others to retaliation for speaking out. Asked for comment tonight, Mattel says Chief Henry just closed a triple homicide case in under 4 hours. He's got a city to keep safe and has no comment on.
Big shout out to the Chief Chris Mattel. Oh wait, no, that's Chris. That's the attorney. Shout out to this Chief Henry. Big shout out to Chief Henry holding it down. While the rest of y'all over here messing around in Minnesota, stealing our taxpayer dollars, doing stuff with goats, operating leering centers. This man's over here closing triple homicide cases under 4 hours. And he's got Liu Kang over here sending him messages about his wiener. It's crazy.
Now, we have learned the city has hired an outside law firm to investigate these allegations, and that the chief has been interviewed by investigators twice for several hours, and that 4 other officers have been interviewed. Now, we did reach out to Mayor Herr's office for comment. A spokesperson told us to protect confidentiality and the integrity of the process, the city will not comment on an active investigation.
Yeah, I don't know how much integrity you got here talking about a good wienering, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? The mayor has deep buns. Oh my God. Deep buns for the bun-sized wieners. Bro, listen, the jokes can go on all day. Mayor has deep respect for city employees and regrets and unintended impact her actions may have had. Yeah, I'm sure she's regretting a whole lot now.
Mayor has deep.
I bet she didn't even get no wiener in. I bet she didn't even get I bet she didn't even get to take a bite out of none of them wieners. Didn't even get to open the pack. Just being a pervert, a predatory pervert, asking them about their wieners.
Respect for city employees and regrets any unintended
Is it beef or pork?
Actions may have had. Now, we did reach out to every St. Paul City Council member for comment, did not hear back. We've also learned that investigation is to wrap up by the end of the month, but is still ongoing, Kevin.
Okay, that is Rich Reeve. And just in a short time ago, Mark Ross, the president of the St. Paul Police Federation, told us this tonight. I am not in a position to elaborate further on this situation, but I do want the community to rest assured that our focus is on serving them with commitment, class, and integrity that they've come to expect and deserved.
Well, shout out to you, Mark Ross, but you could just throw that integrity out the window, buddy. You could throw the class out the window. The commitment, I mean, there is some pretty deep commitment to wienerings, but yeah, you can get rid of all that other stuff. Sorry, your mayor blew it. She ain't even been in that. How long has she been in that position? I gotta look that up. How long has Mayor Kung Pao, Mayor Kaohly? Because I remember it was a black man last year when all the ICE facilities or the ICE operations were going down. It was a black guy. Y'all remember that? She had to have started at the beginning of this year. Come on, ChatGPT. Come on, hurry up. Fuck, man. Can I just do a simple? Yeah, January 2nd, Okay, so she assumed office January 2nd, 2026. She's only been in office for 7 months. And she's already harassing and luring in these city employees. She's already trying to get her some. I bet she's going after the youngest ones too. 20-year-old police officers, 25-year-old at the most. You know, she's like the female Leonardo DiCaprio. Once they hit 25, they got to go. She need her a young buck. Oh my God, man. Yeah, that's a predator all day. Y'all think it's just men that are out here being predatory? No, nobody. No. Y'all need to understand. It is not just men out here being predatory. Look at all the teachers that, rape kids in elementary school, boys in elementary school. I mean, there's like endless cases of that. If I Google search right now, female teachers accused of rape. Look at the images. I mean, just look at this. This goes on and on and on and on. All the mug shots. Oh, God. What is it? Goes on and on. All these women. Now, I'm sure not all of them are what we're talking about here, but look at that. 10 counts of, you can read that for yourself. 10 counts of child molesting. All sorts of stuff. I'm just telling you, man, it's not just men out here doing this stuff. It's men and women. And a lot of these teachers are good looking women. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is, y'all. It's just not them. Now we see a Mayor Kung Pao over here harassing the whole police department, asking for some wieners. Some wieners. She need her some Oscar Mayers in the morning. What can I say? Coco, thank you for the 5. You said practice safe condiments. You think she likes mustard or ketchup? I'm sorry. I cannot stand a hot dog with ketchup. I can't stand a hot dog with ketchup. I mean, if I eat a hot dog, it's got to be mustard or nothing. Mustard or nothing. If I really want to go all out, throw some little chopped onions on there. Some cheese, shredded cheese. That's about it. But ketchup, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Anyways, let's get on to the next one. Let's get on. Now that we've got the wienering out the way, I still can't believe she said, "You don't know. I'll wrap you up in my warm blanket after a good wienering." Ooh, what's this? Former immigration attorney accused of alleged malpractice.
Last night.
Shit. Tell you who deserves a good wienering. Immigration attorney. I wonder what she's accused of. They were left with damaged immigration cases and getting deported. Oh. She just earned some more wienering points, I'll tell you that one. Talari. Thank you for the 10. He said, "You guys are killing me." You're welcome. I'm glad I can make y'all laugh in the morning. That's what our goal here is. Entertainment, but also edutainment, right? Education and entertainment. I'm going to talk about that one later. I'm going to save that. We're going to come back to that tomorrow. Here, we'll set that one aside for tomorrow. I'll look more into it and actually give you guys some information about that. Anyways, let's get to it. Oh, man. we have so much fun. I'm just telling y'all, we have so much fun. Doesn't matter if it's this stream, the other stream. I think we have a great time, and more people need to be watching this show. All right. Anyways, let's get to it. Haitians. I need to get "they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats" as a soundbite, because we're talking about Haitians an awful lot. And yeah, hold on, I gotta pull that up. If y'all haven't already, please hit the like button. Holy shit. I'm over here looking for "they're eating the dog" song. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. And I actually see a video of them eating a dog. I was not expecting that this morning. Where's the song? Come on, just give me the damn song. Shouldn't be this hard to find this song.
The chairman tweets, "Protect our ducks and kittens in Ohio," because he goes some down.
Now, this is a classic.
Goes down. What in the hell is this? The chairman tweets, "Protect our ducks and kittens in Ohio," because he...
Mr. Swallowswell, you don't want to protect the ducks and the kittens? Oh, Mr. Swallowswell.
Goes down some crazy rabbit hole, completely debunked that aliens are eating pets.
Hey, whoa. He actually called them aliens. Wow, give him a little bit of credit. Biden eating ice cream. Where's the damn song, man? That's the video right there. Those little kids eating the damn dog.
Most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. A lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. They're eating the cats. People that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as men, they're eating.
Do not come. Do not come. Do not come.
The cats, they're
I'm gonna come.
eating their...
I do gotta admit, this was during the debate. This is one of those things that people would latch onto, and they would forget everything else in the debate, and they would just
dogs. The people that came in, the dog, they're eating the dog. They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They
didn't care about nothing else in that debate. They just cared about this one singular moment right here.
The people that came in Springfield, they're eating.
And that look of like, oh, bless your heart. Isn't he cute? Oh, so condescending. Thank God she is not our president, y'all.
The dogs, the people that came in.
Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to the Haitians. All right, let's get back to business. All right. So as we all know, TPS is over for Haitians across the country. 300,000 of them are about to be set up to be deported, right? Now ICE just has to go over and scoop them up. And they are scrambling and panicking. And so are a lot of these attorneys and advocates for illegals. They're also scrambling as well.
Overnight, U.S. officials confirming, after days of confusion, that the temporary protected status for more than 300,000 Haitians living in the U.S. has officially ended, leaving them without jobs and at risk for deportation.
They have done nothing that deserves inhumane treatment, nothing that deserves them to be shackled.
Homeland Security now telling businesses they can no longer legally employ Haitians who had TPS status, which was granted after the devastating earthquake in Haiti back in 2010. One industry concerned about this change, the elder care industry, because since 2010, many Haitians have taken jobs in nursing homes or senior living facilities as assistants and caregivers. Ohio's Republican governor says Haitians have helped revitalize part of his state.
It is not in the United States' interest, certainly not in Ohio's interest, to have people who are working every single day, who are supporting a family, who are buying houses, fixing up old houses, starting businesses, and then put deep roots in this country and really are contributing, and yank them out.
But the Trump administration.
This is Mike DeWine, Republican governor of Ohio. Uh-oh. Yeah, somebody get this guy out of here. He don't understand that. He can't read the room. He don't understand the assignment, okay? This dude is talking about we shouldn't be deporting Haitians. What do you mean? We depend on them. No, you absolutely don't depend on them. They came over here and did something, and y'all made room for them, and now they've embedded themselves in your society, your communities, and now you're about to get rid of them. You know what that means? That means Americans are going to have to step up and take those jobs. This just means there's going to be a lot more jobs open for people with degrees that actually got education to do these jobs. You know? Like, I don't understand why we're sitting here saying that we need illegal immigrants to work the farms, to work everything else, right? There needs to be a transition period, of course, but the problem is that we let the problem get way too bad. It just got so big and so expansive that there is no easy way to fix anything, right? We have to dismantle things. That means people are going to hurt. That means prices of groceries are going to go up because you're getting rid of illegals at farms. That means, you know, some people are going to have to wait longer for healthcare services because we depended too much on illegal immigrants instead of giving American citizens the opportunity. Why do you think all these women are on TikTok in their cars crying? I got $90,000 of student debt. I'm never going to be able to pay it off. I can't find a job. No one's hiring. Now I got a job at Starbucks. That's because the Haitians got your job, baby. The Haitians, the Indians, the Muslims, the Somalis, they all got your jobs. They're all educated. They came over here on H-1B visas and shit. They got your tech jobs. And that's the bad part about this country, is that we're too nice. We give everyone else opportunities to come here. We give everyone else all these opportunities that we have, and Americans are sitting here losing out on all those opportunities. And now, in order to fix it, we got to dismantle this creature that we've built, this Frankenstein that we mashed together. We have to do it. Otherwise, Americans will just continue to be screwed for as long as we can see, right? So, are Haitians getting up out of here? Hey man, the word is out. Y'all got to go, right? TPS is over. All you got now is you can either self-deport, help us out, make it easier for you. You get paid, you get the opportunity to come back here the right way, or you're about to be scooped up by ICE. You're going to have federal agents knocking at your door and dragging you out in order to get you out of here. Are Haitians going? Well, this is what one attorney says, immigration attorney.
Know for a fact no Haitian American is packing bags.
Lorna Rosenberg-Joseph is an immigration attorney who is telling her clients two things: not to panic and to have all necessary documents handy.
But how you act and what you say are two different things. So we've given them this avenue for so long. I think now we need to strategize. There needs to be some sort of relief.
You can't work, you can do nothing. You need a baby.
There's a sheer determination.
You need a baby. You need an anchored baby. What?
Can't work, you can do nothing. You need a baby.
I don't even think that's going to help you. You know, the reason they have anchor babies too is because the courts do go more lenient on people that have children here. You know, that gets messed up, and that messes up the case because, yeah, you're separating a family, right? You're leaving a child without the care of the parent. So they'll say, all right, let's not focus on this woman and her child. Let's go focus on that guy down the street that has no family. Let's go deport his ass. So that's the way they look at it. And that's a problem. That gives people incentive to have anchor babies and then sit here in the country and just move, you know, to sit here for 30 years before they actually get movement on their case, right? But look, man, like there is no other option, y'all. Y'all gonna have to just self-deport. That or let ICE come pick y'all up.
A sheer determination to stay despite being exposed to deportation efforts. 350,000 TPS Haiti recipients in the U.S. had their work and driving privileges stripped away at midnight as the government allowed their protections to expire. The Department of Homeland Security posting this message on X that some people have deemed insensitive. Don't hesitate to repatriate, it says.
They're just telling you what it is. See, we're supposed to be coddling to everybody. We're supposed to be super nice. No, man. I like this approach better. Tell them what it is. Let them know they have broken the law, that the law is no longer applying to them, or the protection is no longer applying to them. Like, it's time is up. We gave y'all warning. That was the point of ending TPS and then giving, I think it was 30 or 60 days or even 90 days before it actually went into effect. You have that time. And not only that, you're supposed to know that this temporary protective status eventually is supposed to go away. It's set up that way. It's called temporary for a reason, right? But these people have been here for over a decade. 15 years, I believe, was for Haitians. So what do you want us to do? You want us to give you full citizenship, just a free get out of jail free card. Here you go. That's what they want. But we don't have a Democrat in office right now. We got a president that actually wants to uphold the law. That's what we got. And I think what I should do is go to all these immigration attorneys' offices and just go park right in the parking lots. Put one ICE officer outside of every single one of those parking lots and just question everybody walking in and out of there. Let me see that ID. Come here. Go get them. Especially if they got a heavy accent. You need the baby. You need the baby. So, yeah. And it's not, everyone is scrambling. This is North Carolina. They got attorneys over here scrambling as well.
They don't know what's coming, for them. They don't know what they're going to do.
Utter disbelief and panic in the Haitian community as temporary protected status expires, leaving thousands in a state of confusion.
ICE is around. People very fear about that situation.
I can't understand a word this guy is saying.
High Point, North Carolina. He says people he knows living in North Carolina.
Look at this. This looks like Chicago Unleashed. Chicago, the sequel, right? Look at this guy.
Living in North Carolina under TPS have already started.
Look at that. Armed to the teeth.
Yes.
I don't want those people over here. And it sucks for them to have to go back. I get it. Y'all were sitting over here drinking Starbucks one morning, watching Netflix in nice cold AC, chilling on the couch, feet kicked up, flies buzzing around your feet. And now you got to go back to hell on earth. This is I think Haiti is like deemed one of the most violent places on planet Earth.
Have already started losing their jobs.
I'm living, with some friends who can be able to help them for now. And we know more and more It's coming.
This ruling impacts 350,000 Haitians and 6,000 Syrians living and working in the United States under TPS, as the State Department has issued a do not travel advisory for both Haiti and Syria.
My clients themselves have been living here.
True-blooded Canadian says, do you think that's hell on earth? You've never been to Toronto, Canada then? No, I've never even heard of Toronto, Canada being bad. You know, I watched a Michael Moore documentary, Fahrenheit 9/11, a long time ago. He said Canada's the safest place ever. It's so fake. It's so fake. It's so safe that people leave their doors unlocked every day. That's what Michael Moore said. He said, yeah, everyone just leaves their doors unlocked. Nobody fears anything. Then he shows videos of people saying, yeah, I left the United States and went to Canada, and it's as safe as can be. There's no crime over here. I'm sure that's exactly the case. But I don't believe that for a second. That's just a liberal Michael Moore making propaganda documentaries to trick people, right? But Haitians got to go, man. They got to go. I don't, you know, they're putting out a lot of videos right now to garner a lot of sympathy for these Haitians. Like, we're supposed to feel bad that now the TPS is over, which was supposed to be over like 10 years ago. We're supposed to feel bad about that. And I don't. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, yeah, more opportunity for ICE. Let's get them numbers up and let's do it easy. Let's go. It should be easy. We should already have the addresses of every one of them. We should already be able to go knocking on doors and say, hey, man, let's go. Get your things. Let's go. What do you want us to do, right? So it is what it is, man. Well, listen, we got to uphold the law. The Constitution means something. The Constitution set up Congress and all these other branches. Congress says these are the laws that must be enforced. The federal government enforces the law. The executive branch enforces the law. So that's what we're doing. It is what it is. It's what's got to be done. No matter how cruel you think it is, no matter how much you dislike it, or why don't you go house some of these Haitians? I bet you won't even go eat at their damn restaurants. Won't even talk to them. You hear that rough accent? You start walking away, going the other way. Yeah, I know you, all you sympathizers, you leftists. Y'all say y'all love illegal immigrants, right? Y'all love illegal immigrants. Man, y'all wouldn't give them a time of day. The moment you see them at the protests, y'all say, yeah. Ooh, that boy need a shower. That's why y'all didn't like the Somalis when they were in Minneapolis. They came to the protests, and what happened? Everyone dispersed. Somalis were all grouped together. There's a small group of Somalis out there. Nobody was talking to them. We're fighting for you, but we're going to go that way. These leftists don't care about illegals. They just want to hurt Donald Trump. That's all they care about. So, whatever, man. Why don't you go house them in your house? How about that? And we'll deport your ass too while we're at it. Don't worry, guys. We got more to talk about, all right? We got a lawsuit involving ICE. We got an illegal immigrant who's been here for 30 years. We got to talk about that because that is just something we hear all the time. And you know what? I don't have any updates for y'all regarding the shootings. It seems this whole story about the Houston shooting and the Maine shooting have just disappeared. No one, they used it all up. They had their protests. They did their photo op. They weren't able to muster George Floyd 2.0. Didn't happen. And now the story's dead. There is no updates on it. However, there's other updates about other things, but I was going to talk to you. I was looking up stories about this. Any update? Anything change at all? No, nothing. We just got mayors asking for a good wienering, and That's about it. I'm still looking too, just to see if any protest updates. No? Are we done with protests now? Is protest season over? It is, kids are about to go back to school. So maybe the protest stuff is over. Could be that. But this story, I think you guys will like. This is a lawsuit about ICE agents using slurs. ICE agents using slurs, y'all. That's what they're focused on now. Not about anything else. It's about their language. Them using their First Amendment right. But if you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. Again, let me thank Jaylyn, our sponsor of the show down here. She has contributed $45 today. She is the sponsor of the show. If you want to take her spot, you have to contribute more than she did. But she has definitely funded today's show. So everyone, please thank Jaylyn. Thank her for funding this thing for you guys. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got to talk about this lawsuit. And of course, it's happening in LA, right? So again, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Let's get to it. So of all places in LA, there is a lawsuit against ICE unfolding right now, where they're suing them over using offensive words. Oh, wow. Go figure, right?
There's a new twist in the legal battle over immigration enforcement in Southern California. Civil rights attorneys have filed new evidence in federal court, including body camera video and internal text messages. They say that evidence shows immigration agents unlawfully relying on race during enforcement operations. The Department of Homeland Security is disputing those claims. NBC4's McCollum Medina joins us live now with the story. Mac.
Well, Carolyn, the evidence actually you're about to see was produced by the federal government, DHS themselves, as part of discovery and is now being presented to a federal judge by ACLU. They are requesting a preliminary injunction asking the court to bar immigration agents from making stops based on racial profiling or without what's called individualized reasonable suspicion while that lawsuit moves forward. I also spoke.
Well, hold on. Wait. Stop making stops. Just stop arresting illegals because you said some bad words, some naughty words. What is this, Shiloh Hendrix all over again? What is this? Yeah, no thanks. We're going to keep on going. Don't worry about it.
To one of the men detained during one of those stops.
This is California, of course.
In the lawsuit, and he says none of what's being alleged in that lawsuit surprises him. Our first look at video from agents' body cameras worn during some of the operations that rattled the region last summer.
Why you gotta roll up on me like that?
We got reasons.
What's the reason?
You'll know once you figure out who you are. Bro. The recordings are among evidence produced during discovery and now filed in federal court in support of the ACLU's request for a preliminary injunction. Civil rights attorneys argue the evidence reveals a pattern of unconstitutional racial profiling during immigration enforcement operations.
What we've seen now through
there she is
uncovered within the case is clear evidence demonstrating that those raids are indeed unlawful and discriminatory.
Some of the videos show agents rushing toward people and demanding proof that they are in the country legally. The lawsuit alleges agents stopped people without, quote, individualized reasonable suspicion and relied primarily on race and ethnicity when deciding who to question or detain. Attorneys also point to body cam video and text messages they say show agents referring to Latinos using racial slurs that the filing says derive from the sound an agent's utility flashlight makes when hitting a migrant's head. We are bleeping the word.
Yeah, just plug us in wherever you see some time. We'll jump up.
Okay.
Is that the naughty word? Tonks?
Word.
Yeah, just plug us in wherever you see some time. We'll jump up.
So, tonks? What is the naughty word? Is it? It's tonks, isn't it?
Plug us in wherever you see some time. We'll jump up.
Some tonks? Tacos. I looked it up. I was asking AI, like, okay, what are they saying? What could it possibly be? And the word tonks is usually referred to illegals who, cross the border or whatever. So, hell, why don't we shut down all construction sites, every blue collar job in the country? Why don't we just shut all those down? Because if you've worked in a blue collar job, if you've worked in any construction site, anywhere where there's men working together, bro, the things that come out of our mouths would make these liberals just cry and probably pass out. They're so bad. That's just what guys do, man. We're out here, listen, we're out here facing the evils of planet Earth. This is an evil world, and we are fighting it. And sometimes we gonna say some crazy stuff. Tonka tortas. Man, when I used to work in construction a while back, every day was all sorts of slurs flying around. We'd be calling the black dude exactly what you think we'd be calling him to his face. And he didn't care. They didn't care. Because like when you're in a blue collar work position, this whole sensitivity nonsense, that shit goes out the window, man. On your first day, you're going to be called a pussy or you're going to be called something. And you're going to have to either stand your ground or just cry and get fired or something, or quit your job or something. That's the easy way to get them up out of here. But this is just what guys do, man. We're not, this is the new feminine future, right? Guys are supposed to be, they're supposed to mind their words. You're going to hurt people's feelings. And fuck all that.
Okay.
Hey, bro, relax. One of the plaintiffs, Brian
And by the way, they don't racial profile. Y'all have tried to sue ICE over racial profiling numerous times, right? This is just another attempt saying, wow, you see them using bad words. That means that they must be racially profiling them. No, what it means is that they investigated them. They surveyed these car washes, these other places. It's like, who's that guy over there? Oh, let me try looking something up. And they go in the system. They look at who's working at that car wash, who owns it, who the employees are. They look into these people first before they go walking up there and arresting them.
Who we first interviewed last June, says he repeatedly told agents he was a U.S. citizen.
If they don't give you even a chance to prove your citizenship, you're brown, and that's enough to say you are illegal.
Attorneys say the evidence goes beyond video and text messages.
He's shaking.
Testimony from officers acknowledging that apparent Hispanic ethnicity is playing a role in enforcement decisions and who immigration agents are stopping.
Last year, the U.S. Supreme Court temporarily blocked a lower court order that had restricted some immigration enforcement practices while the case continued. The plaintiffs argued the newly filed evidence undercuts the government's earlier account of how those operations were conducted and supports renewed restrictions while the lawsuit proceeds. In a statement today, a DHS spokesperson said our agents are focused on protecting the American people, not entertaining performative outrage. Last year, DHS told NBC4 any claims individuals have been targeted by law enforcement because of their skin color are disgusting and categorically false. The government is expected to file its response before a hearing scheduled for September 20.
Covered within the case.
So ACLU, prove it. Prove it. Try to take us to court and prove it. Either way, it's not like you're going to stop ICE entirely simply because of a damn lawsuit. What are you going to get out of this? Like you're going to get some money for some illegals. You're going to take some money and put it into your organization, the ACLU. The ACLU has been a menace to our society, bro. It has just been, all it does is steal federal tax dollars and does who knows what with it. Gives it to illegals, takes cares of illegal aliens. It doesn't go back to us. The ACLU is just literally an organization that is looking at ICE to steal money from it. That's it. That's all it is. It's just a drain on society, just like all these illegals are as well. Shouldn't even exist, but this is what they do. That you literally build a business model off of being a nonprofit where all you do is steal the money from the taxpayers. All this to protect illegal aliens. It's not even about that. They've trained themselves to pretend like they care when really all they care is money. All they care about is money. They're just using illegal immigrants and their plight in order to sue ICE to steal money from them and enrich themselves. It's absolutely a for-profit. It's considered a non-profit because they don't sell anything, they don't offer any products, but you know, obviously they're winning money from lawsuits or whatever they win. I don't know what they get out of these lawsuits. I know they have a lot of money and they dump it into a bunch of lawsuits. But they've been going after ICE and immigration enforcement for a long time. And yeah, man. And this is the hot topic today. All these news stations, they're all talking about the same thing.
Last summer, federal officials launched Operation At-Large, a national effort to ramp up arrests of undocumented immigrants. Now, as courts are hearing challenges to that operation, new evidence shows agents using apparently derogatory language as they targeted people. Quote, "Just plug us in wherever you see some tonks and we'll jump out," one agent said.
There it is.
According to a transcript of body...
Hey, he said it. Sue him. Sue him. Sue his ass. At least he confirmed what the word was.
Using apparently derogatory language as they targeted people. Quote, "Just plug us in wherever you see some tonks and we'll jump out," one agent said, according to a transcript of body camera footage filed in court Monday night. That term is often used to disparage migrants, according to advocates. It's a reference to the sound made by slamming a heavy-duty flashlight or baton against an individual's head. In another incident following the June 2025 raid outside a Home Depot in Hollywood...
Oh, wait. Hold on. That's why they call him that? Because I didn't understand. I never heard that term before. I've never heard that term before in my life. That's why they call him that? The noise of the flashlight hitting their head? Tonk. Oh, shit. I wish I need a flashlight. You stealing that word? Facts. I'm stealing that word. Tonk. I need the sound effect. The cartoon sound, the bonk. I need that sound effect. Doesn't make sense now. It makes sense. Tonk. How is that a racial slur? A racial slur? What if cops do the same thing about regular American citizens? Bonk, honk. I love it, man. That's the sound of a flashlight hitting their head. That could mean anybody. That has nothing to do with race.
Following a Jew slamming a heavy-duty flashlight or baton against an individual's head. In another incident following a June 2025 raid outside a Home Depot in Hollywood, court papers citing body camera footage entered into evidence described an agent saying, quote, "There was a guy, I'm pretty sure he's..."
Hold on, no. The ACLU is going to come for me if I do that. If I run it up with tonk shirts, they're going to call that racial. They're going to say that's a race. I'm going to get sued for that.
Wet. He was just sitting in that minivan. Wet is widely understood as shorthand for wetback.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the flashlight hitting anyone's head, right? So they're saying that the noise is only produced from illegal aliens. If I hit a random American citizen or a white man with a flashlight, it doesn't make a noise. But give me an illegal, and then I go tonk. There it is. This is hilarious.
A dehumanizing term for migrants who swim the Rio Grande from Mexico.
Look, this is in LA. You can see the protesters right there.
States. Evidence also reveals agents repeatedly texting about potential arrestees as, quote, possibles. One text reading, quote, "We drove by Huntington Park earlier. Streets were packed with possibles. LOL."
I love these ICE agents, man. Guy at McDonald's was kind enough to tell me ICE was in the area. I gave him the heads up. Imagine you're a Hispanic dude. You go into McDonald's and say, "Hey, man, ICE is in the area." And you're the ICE agent. You're just like, yeah. Guess what, buddy? Pull the badge out. You just broke the law. Tonk. Cat, thank you for the GOAT trophy. Thank you so much for the GOAT trophy. I think that's $5. I don't know how much. It doesn't tell me how much those are. But I appreciate those gifts, man. Even the 10-cent ones, whatever they are, I don't care. I appreciate you guys spending money on the channel. So your butt hurt because of a flashlight. This is crazy. Suing them over using the word tonk. That's, if anything, that's like the polite way. That's like that's not even, that's like saying that we're referring to these people, but it's not, it has nothing to do with race. It's literally the opposite of racism, of racial anything. So what's the word for when the flashlight hits a Haitian immigrant? Or what about what about if you hit a Somali over the head with the flashlight? What's the word for that? Gonk, because it reminds them of goat. Gonk. Ting. If it's a Haitian, it's ting. If it's a Somali, it's gonk. Or maybe it's like the sound of a light bulb shattering. Okay, now we're being racist. Now we're really doing it. Sounds like a good wienering to me. Sarah, thank you for the gold coin. If you guys want to help me with that super chat goal, anything counts. Even $1 counts towards the goal. This is amazing. But that's the ACLU. They're just stealing money from the American taxpayers. That's it. Claire, thank you for the gold coin.
A man who has...
But now we got to talk about something a little bit more serious. How are y'all enjoying the morning show, man? Because I love doing this morning show. I really like what we got going on this week, right? We got the morning show, the mega morning show over here. We get in early in the morning, first thing. We get it done, we get the work done, and then we come back at night and we just have a free-for-all. We talk about whatever the hell we want. Watch protests, car chases, just talk about the nonsense being spewed. We talk about Candace Owens, completely debunked her shit yesterday. Destroy that whole new video that just dropped. I'm loving it. I actually really am like excited about doing a morning show and then the nighttime show. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So I hope you guys are too. I hope it's not too much for certain people, you know. Some people might just be like, I can't catch every show. I can't do it. I know. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. Arturo's got to work, man. Arturo's got to be here all day, every day. When you open up YouTube, there will be something new from Arturo. Okay? There will be something new. Fauci, well, you know, we covered the whole Fauci thing yesterday. We watched the whole, here on this channel, we watched the whole Senate committee hearing. It wasn't surprising, right? He was just going to sit there and plead the fifth the entire time. They were dropping information, but like, who cares? There's no arrests coming out of it. He's not going to get arrested. They're not going to hold him accountable. It really, to me, yesterday, it really made Republicans look weak and helpless. Like, y'all know this guy committed atrocities, that possibly he killed, or was that, you know, what was the death of millions of Americans was on his hands, and y'all can't do nothing about it. And so, like, it just looks like posturing, like they're just getting their little, okay, we did it, guys. Okay, now we can drop it now. Stop talking about Fauci now. Stop talking about him. What do you mean stop talking about him? We lost family members thanks to him. We lost jobs. We lost careers. We are in excessive amounts of debt because of them shutting everything down. 9% inflation because of them shutting everything down. There's so much blood on his hands, man. So much blood on his hands. And you know, Donald Trump being the president at the time, he also has to take an L on that one for trusting people like Fauci, all these other deep state people they've been in the government forever. Donald Trump gets in office his first term and they are still running the show, right? Things are a lot different now, but we still have the deep state really, really screwing up Trump's second administration. But this time he was much more prepared for it than he was the first time. The deep state runs deep, man. There are so many politicians and people in the government that have been in the government for like decades that are working endlessly to stop Donald Trump from doing what he promised to the people. So, you know, when we talk about Donald Trump going back on his promises, you don't understand what's standing in his way. You think he just is a bad guy now because he isn't giving you what you wanted fast enough. But you don't understand, there's a whole branch. The judicial branch is completely against Donald Trump, with the exception of the Supreme Court. You got to remember, there's people in the executive branch that he runs that are secretly working against him, with numerous other people all across the country embedded in our country's government that are working against him. He's got a monster against him. It's not no simple little thing, man. His promises, he's doing the best he can. I'm surprised he's able to do as much as he can and run the government the way he is, while also dealing with the Iranian conflict and these deep state lunatics and judicial federal judges hitting him with injunctions, lawsuits, endless lawsuits, all the Democratic AGs in this country slamming them with lawsuits, like immigration lawsuits, everything you could think of. They have used every tool in the book, and Donald Trump is still kicking ass and taking names, man. Let's give a round of applause for our president, bro. While there's other people that turned on Donald Trump, I see what he's up against, and I commend him for the way he's been able to pull through, man. I commend him absolutely. Wounds Are Us, thank you for the 5 on Rumble. He said that hearing was for normies who only watch mainstream media and have never heard the info. Yeah, that's why it was like kind of useless to me. I knew it was going to be useless before it even started. But I'm glad we covered it so we can at least know, so we can finally put it to bed. We get it. They're not going to hold him accountable. He will never be held accountable. He's going to ride off into the sunset and have a great life after ruining millions of lives. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's just, it is what it is. If they can't do it under Trump's presidency, it's never going to happen. It will never happen. So it is what it is, man. But anyways, let's get on to this next one, right? We got 2 more stories to talk about. Because there's a lot of misinformation going around when it comes to visas and work permits and stuff like that. People think that if you have a work permit, that automatically means you are legally allowed to be in the country as an undocumented citizen, as an illegal alien, right? They think that means you are a taxpayer citizen. You have every right that every other American citizen has. That's not the case, man. There's a reason they call it a work visa and not just being a full-blown American citizen, right? So let's break it down. We got this guy who's been in the country for 30 years. He's a business owner and he's been arrested, detained by ICE. And people are saying, well, he's got the legal permit to work here. Why are they detaining him?
A man who has lived in the Decatur area for 30 years is being detained by ICE after he was pulled over by Wise County Sheriff's deputies. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. The 59-year-old husband and father has a valid work permit, but the Wise County Sheriff told county commissioners that sometimes that's not enough. Fox 4's Lori Brown joining us now live with the story. Lori.
Heather, the Wise County Sheriff is defending his department's decision to pull over a Decatur husband, father, and small business owner and transfer him over to ICE custody despite having a valid work permit. These images are from a GoFundMe set up to raise money for legal expenses for Rosendo Lira, a Decatur business owner.
Oh my God, the sob story here. Why do we need to hear that he is a father, a husband? So that just means to me that they came over here and cheated their way into our country and are now living a false American dream, right? Now they're trying to sell it to you and say how cruel it is to arrest this guy. This is Fox Local, right? We know they're extremely liberal. Now, I asked ChatGPT just so we can get a nice brief summary of what's going on here, right? So I said, let's explain what a work permit is, right? A work permit does not automatically mean someone is legally admitted, has lawful immigration status, or has permission to remain permanently. A U.S., remember, he's been here for 30 years. A U.S. work permit, usually an employment authorization document from EAD form I-766, primarily proves one thing, that USCIS authorized that person to work for a specific period. You think they gave him permission to work here for 30 years? The confusing part is that people with very different immigration situations can receive one, right? So what if they have, it's so complicated. A refugee, asylee, TPS holder, or certain visa holder may have work authorization connected to a recognized protection or status. Someone with a pending green card or asylum application may receive a permit while the government decides the case. Now, let's look at that for a second. What if your asylum case was dismissed or denied and you have a removal order, but yet you still have your employment authorization document? You still have your work permit, right? That means you got to go. That means that the work permit doesn't mean anything. It just gives you permission to work. It's like, I think when 16-year-olds, before they're actually 18, they can apply for a work permit. That's all it means. It's the same thing as that. A teenager that wants to work. So they apply for a work permit and they're able to actually get a job before they're legally able to get a job, right? That's what the work permit is. It has nothing to do with their status as an actual citizen. So when people hear work permit, they think that means, well, the United States let them come into the country so they can get work. No, it just means that you are a human being and you are allowed to work in our country. That doesn't mean that you're a U.S. citizen, though. Doesn't mean you're a protected citizen. It doesn't mean you got a green card. Doesn't mean you're a permanent resident. It doesn't mean none of that. All it means is that, and you may have had asylum or whatever, maybe you had a pending visa, something like that, something that allowed you to get that work permit. But if the other thing is gone, like the visa's gone, expired, your green card is revoked, your asylum case is shut down, the work permit doesn't mean anything. So we need to understand that before we go deeper into this.
His daughter Bella has Down syndrome. His older daughter Cynthia said in a published report that he was preparing for her quinceanera when he went to get gas for his lawnmower equipment July 17th. 3 minutes from his house, he got pulled over for a traffic stop. The Wise County Sheriff said that while he had a valid employment authorization, that does not necessarily mean that his immigration status was legal. Sheriff Kerry Mellema told us in a statement that he has multiple deputies who are trained through a federal partnership with ICE. The 287G program delegates state and local law enforcement officers to perform immigration officer functions under ICE's direction and oversight. Sheriff Mellon.
Remember, we now have cooperation with a lot of law enforcement officers with ICE, which has increased the amount of arrests we're making daily dramatically. So yeah, you may miss the targeted operations. You may miss the chaos and the protests. That was a sloppy way of doing things. When we have this level of cooperation with law enforcement, and ICE is more so embedded in all of these states across the country at the same time, the arrests are skyrocketing. They are going much higher than they were back in the Christie Nome and Bovino days. But now Bovino is salty. He says, you know, the mass deportations aren't happening, blah, blah, blah. He's just upset because they fired him. Or they put him back in his position and he retired. But we, kind of fired him. That's like the nice way of saying they fired him. But he's just butthurt because he's no longer in control of this, right? He thought he knew best. And apparently what we got going on right now is just a better system. It also sends the left for a loop because they don't know where to protest. They have to wait until someone dies to go flood a city. But right now, have you noticed? The protests are thin. They are weak. They don't have it. They don't know where to target their resources. The left has been neutered from protesting. I think that's a great thing. Okay? I think that's fantastic. And also about this work permit, actually, why does a grown man need a work permit? Unless he's an immigrant. Actually, having a work permit is actually more reason to investigate somebody that's in this country. Wait, you're a 45-year-old man and you have a work permit? Last time I checked, all legal citizens are able to work the moment they turn 18. What's up with that, huh? Let's go investigate.
Says his deputy discovered that in 2020, a federal immigration judge issued a final order of removal for Lira. He was then transferred to ICE custody.
When was that?
Judge issued says his deputy discovered that in 2020, a federal
2020, 6 years ago. 6 years ago. He's supposed to be gone 6 years ago. What are we doing? What are we doing these sob stories for?
Immigration judge issued a final order of removal for Lira. He was then transferred to ICE custody. The sheriff says the Board of Immigration Appeals will determine if he may remain in the U.S. or if he will be deported. He stood by his department's actions before county commissioners Monday.
And I've got this also, another email that hundreds of families in our community are living in fear. What would you say?
Well, if you were here legally, you shouldn't be living in fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. We need police chiefs like that. Not those pussies over there in Wisconsin or Madison, Wisconsin. Letting some dude walk up and take the mic from him. No, we need police chiefs like this. Let me hear that again. Look at the stern response. He wasn't playing no games.
Another email that hundreds of families in our community are living in fear. What would you say?
Well, if you were here legally, you shouldn't be living in fear.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that they
talk to him. Look, he didn't even let him get the whole question. What would you say to that, sir? What would you say that? Well, if you're living here legally, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Bottom line, drop the mic. I gotta hear that again.
Hundreds of families in our community are living in fear. What would you say?
Well, if you were here legally, you shouldn't be living in fear.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that they feel that they can't leave their house. Okay. I enforce the law. I am not a judge, right? That's for a judge to decide. But I can't help people in those feelings. We do not, again, go door to door and go into people's business. That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Now, if we have a legal reason to stop and talk to you, or there's a crime being committed, we will investigate.
I got to get that off the screen. I miss having police officers with a set of balls, okay? With like actual masculine men that are running shit. I miss that. Where did that go? Our society is, when we look at the Portland police chief, we look at the Madison, Wisconsin police chief, we look at the Seattle police chief. When we look at these dudes are bitches, man. Pussies. I'm sorry for the language, but we got to call it out what it is. These guys are miserable excuses of leaders. Might as well just put a woman in their position. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. No, you need a man like this that can actually stand up, ain't afraid to tell the truth, and talk to these people with some testosterone, with some bass in his voice, man.
Or there's a crime being committed, we will investigate.
Bottom line. So either way, okay, the dude has a deportation removal order for 6 years. And now we got a GoFundMe for him? What are we doing? What are we doing in this country, man? That's crazy. Whatever. Sorry, that's going to be money wasted. You know where that money is going to go? It's going to go into some attorney's pocket. And then the attorney won't even be able to save him. That's what's going to happen. So that's money wasted. Good on that one. But either way, y'all think y'all can be here for 30 years. Y'all think y'all can just ignore the final removal orders. Y'all think y'all can not go to court to re-up your documents and stuff like that. Y'all can just let the visa expire and coast here for 15 years and nothing's going to happen. Well, guess what? We got Donald Trump in office and time is up. Time is up. The games are over. The party's over. Time is up. And what we just saw, this is how you run the country the right way. So. Is what it is. Amor, thank you for the chili. I'm sorry. Thank you for the chili. You hear that? A wiener with balls. I still can't believe she said I need a good wienering. Oh, I'm due for a good wienering. Luke Kang, you good? Luke Kang, you good? Chill, Luke Kang. All right. Do I want to do this story? Because it gets into a little bit of drama. If you're a big fan of Gregory Bovino, you might not like this story. Do I want to talk about it? Here's the thing, y'all. I like Gregory Bovino, but he is forcing me to use my better judgment and to disagree with him. It's like he's making me not like him. And he won't give it up. And now he's giving me the same, my sources. Candace Owens says my sources too. So do like all these other, TikTok accounts. Sources say, my sources say. It's hard for me to take y'all seriously when everybody's got sources. Is your source just like another TikToker who watched the local news station and sent you a DM? Like when y'all send me information, I'll just be like, hey, someone in my DM sent me this. One of you guys. Y'all are my sources. Kat, thank you for the laughing disco. Appreciate that. Literally, you guys are my sources, if not just the sources available on the internet. It's like it either is me doing my research or you guys sending it to me in my DMs on X. So, I don't know, man. Do I want to talk about this or not? Let's go ahead and just get into it. Let's do it. So, we never really get information or numbers when we're in regards to we never really get information or numbers in regards to self-deportations, right? We really don't know how many they self-deported back in the first year of Trump's administration, the second administration anyways. We really don't have a definitive number. They didn't show us like every month this many is gone, this many is gone, this how many flights go out. They would just come out in press conferences and say, 3.5 million of them self-deported, right? Maybe that's true. I don't know. There's no real documentation over it. But now the numbers are actually starting to come out. So this is what they're saying on a news desk over here. Let's hear what they got to say.
The Trump administration's program allowing illegal aliens to self-deport also gaining momentum. A new report shows hundreds of thousands of migrants are leaving the U.S. voluntarily. National News Desk, Angela Brown joins us right now with the details on this. Good morning to you.
And good morning, Jen. We're talking about Project Homecoming, which is separate from the thousands of undocumented migrants who have already left on their own. Now, Axios obtained internal data obtained about this program. They found that more than 200,000 people have either left or are now preparing to leave through that program. Now, the administration says it's a less expensive and more efficient way of removing illegal aliens from the country instead of arresting and detaining them. Borders Czar Tom Homan says while people are taking advantage of Project Homecoming, mass deportations are not slowing down. Homan says last year was a historic year, saying the Trump administration arrested more migrants than any president in history.
Before we get to Homan, I want to see the numbers of these things, right? Because these are just reports coming out of like Axios and stuff like that. I want to see ICE actually give us the numbers. These are how many put on flights. These are the flights being sent out on this date. That's how many. Like, can we actually just see the numbers on these things? Because now, what we have right now is a clash, right? You got Tom Homan saying that we're breaking records. Mass deportations are up. We're arresting more than ever before, more than the Obama administration, more than Trump's first term, all that stuff, right? But we also have Gregory Bovino saying, well, Tom Homan is lying now. Mass deportations aren't happening. Self-deportations are non-existent. That's what he's saying. And I'm like, okay, so how do I say I can trust the numbers when Bovino's in office, but I can't trust the numbers when Homan is in office? How can I say I could trust either one? How do we trust anything? You got to look at all this. You have to be speculative, but also you have to be realistic and just say that this is as good as it gets. You're not going to have you're not going to have 100% proof that these numbers are real or fake. You just got to take it what it is. You got to run with what you got. I can't report to you guys about the numbers if we're just assuming that they're all lies. So I have to come in here knowing, take it with a grain of salt, that they may be lying. Maybe the numbers back in the Bovino days were lying. Or maybe Tom Homan is lying now. We don't know. So what am I supposed to do as somebody reporting the news to you guys? What am I supposed to do? I just got to take the facts that are here on the table as they are presented to me and deliver them to you guys. And just know that there is a possibility people could be lying. But am I supposed to trust Bovino or Homan? How about I trust neither and just go with what the numbers say? Because y'all don't really have groups. Y'all don't really have proof that either one of y'all is telling the truth. Because either one person's lying and the other one isn't, or y'all are both lying. And there's no way to really tell which one is telling the truth.
But prioritization of the worst of the criminals doesn't mean we forget about everybody else. And let me give you a clear example where we're at. So 60% of everybody we're arresting right now is a criminal, 40% are non-criminals. So we are arresting a lot of non-criminals.
And just last month, more than
one other thing y'all have to take into account is there's a lot of organizations that actually do their own studies because they hate ICE, right? They want to show their supporters that ICE is out here arresting a shit ton of people, that the detainment population is skyrocketing, right? So if you go look at these NGOs, these non-government organizations, they kind of like, they affirm that mass deportations and arrests are skyrocketing right now. June was the biggest month we've had since Donald Trump got in office, right? And July is set to even outdo June. So you gotta look at all sources. We can't just trust Gregory Bovino. We can't just trust Tom Homan. We got to look at the numbers presented. We got to look at the NGOs, what they're saying, because they're the enemy of ICE, right? If they were smart about it, they would be saying, "What are you talking about? Y'all ain't arresting nobody." But then that would ruin their grift, right? Because they have to show the truth that ICE is arresting en masse. So I'm not just looking at one person or one source of truth. I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at the whole thing as a whole. I'm looking at what everyone is saying.
43,000 people were booked into immigration detention centers, the highest monthly total since President Trump returned to office, and that is coming from ICE. But when it comes to Project Homecoming, Axios is reporting about half of the cases involve migrants already being held in ICE centers. The administration says those who volunteer to leave spend an average of 17 days in detention compared to 50 days for people who are actually being removed.
Well, there you go. Listen, all these people complaining and saying, you're locking these people up in what do they say? Detention camps? Concentration camps. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, what's the word? All these leftists claiming that they're locking up people in concentration camps. Bro, you literally have access to a phone all day. They had tablets at Delaney Hall. They were communicating on tablets, on iPads, right? The conditions in the detention centers far outweigh the conditions of the jail cell for a regular American citizen. We're treated like dirt. They're treated like they're at a damn hotel, right? But they also have the opportunity to get paid to leave. You get $2,600 to say, all right, you know what? Skip the whole court process. Just ship me up out of here. Okay, here's your money. Here's your flight. Here's your bag. See ya. And by the way, you get to come back the right way the second time. You get to come back the right way. We're too nice. We are way too nice to these people. But they had that opportunity and they don't want to take it. Now, again, we go back to Bovino, right? This is what he was saying on my post. So I posted this July 19th. I was talking about Tom Homan. This is what he said. He was talking about the numbers, right? And he was boasting about the numbers over here on Fox. And I was like, cool, this is great. I like this. I like that ICE is cracking down. And we got the numbers. Well, Bovino came and chimed in. And he's like, is that why illegal aliens walk with impunity now throughout all areas of the United States without a care in the world? Well, newsflash, Gregory, they've been like that for decades. This ain't something new. It ain't since Bovino got out of office, all of a sudden they're walking around with impunity. According to what I'm hearing, is that illegal immigrants are still in fear and they won't even go to jobs. They won't leave the house to go to get food. They won't do nothing, right? But is he trying to say that when he was fired, now that Tom Homan has taken over, all of a sudden illegals are back out there? No. The news stories are still, people are in fear. They can't go to work. They can't go to school. They're hiding in their homes. That's the same story we just heard this week. I just played a news segment of the city council saying that people are in fear of going out anywhere. Right? So there's that. And he says, is that why arrests are at an all-time low and self-deportations are almost non-existent? And you like this? Traitor? Scum? And I was just like, do you have any proof or any evidence of deportations being so low? The numbers that just came out last week look pretty good. No response. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, he posted this, right? It was a story. ICE went over here. What was it? This was in Wilson Creek Wild and Scenic area. Apparently, they were supposed to have a big operation. So let me just read this. Illegal aliens descend upon Wilson Creek Wild and Scenic area every weekend by the thousands, displacing American citizens who once recreated along this once pristine river. The amount of trash, broken glass along riverbanks, as well as theft and violence, is astounding, according to federal officials I interviewed about this area as he was preparing. They were going to hit this area next, right? This is in Minnesota, or where is this? I'm not sure where this is, but this was allegedly, this is going to be the area they were supposed to hit next after Minnesota. ICE, under the current soft approach, supported by Mullen, Homan, and CBP Commissioner Rodney Scott, arrested 13 people. Again, sources He says sources, and I'm not going to say that Tom Homan doesn't have sources. He's in the business for 30 years. He retired. I'm sure he's got people that will message him, right? He says, sources indicate ICE allowed at least a dozen illegal alien females to go free. Is this true, Homan and Mullen? And if so, why? Mean Green planned for upwards of 2,000 arrests, and you only got 13? Now he's just being hyperbolic. Allowed illegal aliens to walk? This is not mass deportations. See, he's kind of like, he's like Candace Owens, right? He will go to the extremes in order to slander them. This is one operation. This is like one day of them going over there. And this wasn't a mass targeted arrest where we put all of ICE's resources into this one area. It was just normal operations. And they arrested 13 people in one single day. But he's saying that he was supposed, do you think he was going to go over there and get 2,000 arrests in a day? No. How do you know that these 13 women, he says at least a dozen illegal alien females go free? How do you know they were actually illegal aliens? So what's the source? And I asked him, what source? Is there any proof of this claim? And he says, yeah, it came from law enforcement personnel on the ground. Let me ask that same question of DHS and administration in the upcoming days and see what they say. We already know what happened. I don't know, bro. I can't trust him. I can't trust Gregory Bavino. And now he's on X, running wild, attacking anybody that disagrees with him, or anybody that even like questions what comes out of his mouth. I sometimes ask him something like, oh, is that accurate? Because I saw this report or I saw this news story about it, whatever. He gets all his panties all in a bunch. And he said, oh, you're a legal alien supporter now, huh? Like, no, bro, I support Trump. I support ICE. I'm not going to just turn my back on him because you said so. How do I know you're not just butthurt from being fired? So I don't know what's going on with this guy. I think he's just, he's going to be selling a book. I guarantee you that. He's about to be selling a book, going on The View, having a book selling tour. Like, he's retired. Now he's just bored. And what can he do? He can get a lot of attention. You know what it is? Let me be honest with y'all. He got really famous in the past year, right? Nobody really knew him before this, but now he's all of a sudden really famous. And when he was fired, he said, hey man, where's my clout? Where's my attention? And now he's just doing whatever he can to keep it up. Because we liked him. We liked him when he was in that position, especially when he's out there throwing tear gas and spraying mace at these crazy lefty liberals. That was great. I'll always commend him for the way he handled the protesters. If there's one thing I can't take away from him, it's that he did a fantastic job handling those protesters. Even though it led to a lot of lawsuits and probably hurt ICE more than anything, it was fun to watch. It was very entertaining. Got to give him that. But it's like now you're not doing anything good for the country other than just hurting Donald Trump and Tom Homan and ICE in general. I see a lot of people right now that they love Bavino, so they agree with everything he's saying, and they're hating on ICE more than ever. And I don't like that. Not only is the left attacking ICE, now he's turned the right on attacking ICE too. I don't like it, man. I really, really don't like it. And I'm trying to give him as much leeway as I can, but it's like this dude is drilling every day to make me not like him more and more every day. And he just doesn't stop. He's all over X. He's posting all over this shit. And I like his messages about illegals. Look at the goats. But then it turns into, well, Donald Trump and Tom Homan and Mullins, they suck. I get it, but I'm not liking this. There's something about it, man. I'm just not liking. He's going on all these YouTube channels and having interviews and stuff. Something about it I don't like. I got a bad feeling about it. And so I always trust my gut instincts. But anyways, man, that's enough hating on Bovino. I want to like the guy. I really, really do want to like the guy. I support ICE. I support this administration. It just is what it is. I got a bad feeling. I got to look at it with a side eye. So that's what it is, man. That's where I'm going to leave it. But I think that we are getting more deportations than ever, right? We got more changes happening in immigration court, allowing the judges to plow through these asylum cases in mass, not just one case a day or anything like that. Now they're plowing through them. 3 million asylum cases they got to knock out before Trump gets out of office. On top of that, we have 100 million illegals to deport to. Again, we have an immigration problem that is going to take decades to even try to wrangle in. And if we get one Democrat as president, it's all over. They will undo all the hard work we did under the Trump administration and any other presidents after Trump. They will, in 1 year, they will be able to undo decades of hard work. That's how bad it is. So we just got to keep fighting, man. I support Trump. I support everything he's doing. And we just got to keep fighting. And I support Tom Homan and even Markwayne Mullins, even though I think his TikTok videos are cringe as hell. He would be better off. Listen, Markwayne Mullins would be better off hiring me to talk about ICE for him. Okay? I give ICE way more publicity than his stupid ass TikTok videos do. And that's just the way it is, man. But anyways, we're going to leave it at that. I support ICE. I hope ICE keeps on running the numbers up and we just keep it on pushing. So there we go. The Sean, thank you for the Sean PM. Thank you for the GOAT trophy. Appreciate that, brother. You know what? Yeah, if y'all send me a GOAT trophy, I'm gonna give y'all the GOATs. That's right. I think the GOAT trophies are like $5. You deserve something for that, right? I'm gonna look that up. Can anyone tell me or confirm that in the chat how much the GOAT trophy actually costs? So I remember looking it up. It was like $5 or something like that. Wounds are Russ. Thank you for the 5 on Rumble. You say the statistician who was funding the deportation numbers down was just fired. Was fudging the deportations down, was just fired. Oh, hey, can you send me more about that in my email by any chance, please? Because I don't know who it is, or I didn't really know we had a statistician for ICE numbers. Is that how they do it? I don't know, man. I'm a D student. I don't know nothing about nothing. Let me see. Jeez. I'm over here trying to look up ICE statisticians and I get this. Oh, you can't see it. Look at that. What is it? I'm about to pull what's his name? JLR investigates. Oh. He's so goofy, bro. I don't know nothing about JLR other than his stupid intros. When I saw him doing those intros like that, I said, I ain't watching this guy. I'm out. Immediately swiped off the video. I said, I'm out, man. Oh. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Oh. And then he does it with his food too. I've seen him. He's been posting videos of the food he eats on X, and he'll do the same thing with his food plate. Like, okay, guy. I mean, it's his shtick, and he runs with it. I think he kind of knows it's kind of a joke, and I think he just runs with it. So that's cool. That's whatever. He does his thing. I know there's lawsuits and drama with him and all that, but it is what it is, man. But hey, how did y'all enjoy the show today, man? We got 2 hours in this morning. A lot of stuff that we talked about, a lot more than the other shows. I needed to make up for yesterday because I wasted y'all's time by watching the Fauci, the whole Fauci thing. Wasted everyone's morning, and I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. I love it, man. These morning shows are fantastic. I love getting in here and just getting to work. And it didn't even take me an hour to get all these topics ready to go. So I woke up like at 6:30, jumped in the shower, came in here at 7 a.m., whipped together the show, whipped it together real quick. And now here we are, man. So I love this shit. I love YouTube. I love doing this shit. I love it, man. At least I made y'all laugh, right? That's the best part. If I could just make y'all laugh, then I guess it's not a waste of time. So there's that. But that's gonna do it for today, man. We'll be back. Tonight I'm not gonna live stream. All right. So this is what you get from me today, other than videos coming out later. But I'm not live streaming tonight. We're going to our Meet the Teacher event because my son starts school on Tuesday. So we're gonna go meet his teacher today. Make sure we got all his supplies and all that stuff. And then I just want to go out with my family, go eat somewhere or something and just enjoy ourselves. So yeah, man, we're going to get back at it tomorrow. You guys already know what it is. Morning stream tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp, and nighttime stream tomorrow on Saturday. So yeah, man, I love you. I appreciate y'all. Wounds Are Us. Thank you for the $. Said I sent you an email. All right. We're going to talk about that tomorrow then. I got it saved. I'm going to do some more research into this guy. He's been fired amid a lawsuit against DHS for withholding deportation numbers. So he is suing DHS? Or somebody else is suing DHS for the numbers, and he is the one getting fired. Critics suggest that Rosenblum, a liberal, easily could have been underreporting deportations or illegals populations, ruining data. Oh man, yeah. All right, I'm going to do a deep dive into this and do more research. We'll talk about it tomorrow, okay? That's actually great news. So, anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning sharp, 8 a.m. sharp, right here on the MAGA Morning Show. Thank y'all for being here today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Somebody once asked Donald Trump, how do you handle being at the center of all of this media attention, the whirlwind around you? How do you weather the storm? And he looked up and he said, I am the storm. I am the storm.
Fading fire, I see the sky begin to fall apart. I know you're tired, but you can't keep running.